Hey guys, this is Ms. Moore, and we are going to walk through the steps of getting on Google Classroom. Now, I couldn't do this on a Chromebook and get what I needed to do, so I'm actually on my desktop. But when you open your Chromebook and you get logged on, now to get logged on, you should have at home a QR code. Okay, your teacher should have given you your QR code. When you log onto your Chromebook, remember, you just stick up your QR code and it will take you directly to Google. What opens up first is usually Clever. And Clever, I'll show you. Now, the student I'm using, I have permission from his parents. So, and hopefully this will be his Clever, because I've had to finagle some stuff. All right, so let's see if this works. When you log on, this is what's going to pop up. All right? Something similar to it. And I'm just going to Clever Badge. Let's see if this works. If it does, it'll be a miracle. So you have your Clever Badge. I have to do this different. And this pops up, and your kid logs in directly. Okay, the students, this is the page that will pop up very first thing. So we have teacher page, your Google apps, which are important, and then some important apps. So let's say first thing in the morning, I'm going to choose 5th grade as an example because I know 5th grade schedule. So it's 8:45 and we're getting ready to start class at 8:50. So at 8:50, 5th graders need to be logged on to their account. Different groups. I know 3rd grade doesn't start class. They have activity, then RTI, so they don't usually start class till around 10 or whatever their schedule is. So that's when you will do this. So it's getting around 8:45, and this is Carter. So Carter's getting ready on Monday or Tuesday to log in for our live lesson. So what Carter will do, he logged in, like we just saw, and on the Clever page, he's going to click on Google Classroom. Now, once he clicked on Google Classroom, it's going to take, this is all my stuff. Why did it do that? I'm sorry. So, let's see. Try that again. All right. He logged on, he clicked on the Google Classroom, and it took him to his classes. So like I said, this is 5th grade. So he has his RTI class because he doesn't stay in my room for RTI all the time. So this is his RTI room. So if your student goes to a different RTI group, either they may go to Miss Faye's group, Miss Gracie's group, or elsewhere, they should have a group or a classroom set specifically for them for RTI time, just like the Lego group. Then we have activity, which they need to go to for their activity time, which should be on your teacher schedule. And then this is my room, more 5. So he's going to click on the classroom, and in the, really don't know what to call this, header of the Google Classroom for my room, you see more 5th grade. That's the title of the class. Right down here, you have a Google Meet link. If you move your mouse across it, it's going to underline it. Okay, it's a hyperlink. So this is directly going to take me to the meeting that I already have set up, crossing my fingers that this works, that's already in process or progress. So I'm going to click on there. Camera starting, and this is showing me because this is what Miss Moore, myself, is going to see when it pops up on the computer over there. Now, before I even click join the meeting, something very important that you need to do, turn off the microphone for your meeting, okay? Because and this is one of our norms that we're going to have. We have to have it to where we have to pay attention to the kids in class, But we need, because there may be televisions going on, there may be something else going on in your background at home that we don't want the kids in school to be distracted by. So please mute your microphone. Because knowing my luck today, I'm not going to mute it right now, because knowing my luck, I'll mute myself. So, but if you have a question, you can always, and I'll show you here in a little bit, you can always chat it. I would get it, and then I would say, okay, Carter, unmute, and he'll just click it again. So we're getting ready. This is what's going to pop up. Join now. 1 second, it's going to do this. Until I turn off, turn off the microphone. So I turned off the microphone. So that's what it's going to look like over there. Turned off the microphone. Now this is to leave the call. And this is your video. Turn your camera off. Now for the live lesson, because, okay, we need your camera on. Because I know of high schoolers that have just logged on, turned their camera off, went back to bed. We need to physically see the student, okay? We need to physically see the student. Now, so this is what your child's page is going to look like when they get into the Google Classroom. Now, right now, I only have the Google Classroom set up for my Ziggy, which is my document camera, but usually your teacher should be on here and they'll be teaching their lesson. So let's say during the lesson that Carter has a question. So what Carter can actually do is right here, it says raise his hand. He clicks on that, and over on my screen at my presentation desk up there, I can actually see a little icon that says Carter has or Carter's hands up. So because I'll be checking back and forth between my in-school kids and my at-home kids, I can see Carter has a question. I'll go back and say, okay, Carter, unmute. What's your question? So like on my end, I would click and I got answered. So just stop it. And then like you have different things over here where you can actually do stuff. And right here, it's a chat. So if you were to open that, you can see right now on the call, we have two people, Carter and myself. So I can see who's here. So let's say Carter has a question and Carter wants to send a message. Well, Carter can go right here. And right here, Carter has a question. So let's just say that we're talking in math and we're talking about fractions or something. Decimals. Let's do decimals. So let's just say Carter got confused. So he could say, could you please go back to question 4? So he would just send that message to me, just like that. And I would get it's kind of like dings on my computer. And I could go back, see, okay, Carter, you have a question. Can I go back to question 4? Sure, Carter, I can do that. But here's the deal with the chats, okay? The chat will be open. And I, as a teacher, can turn the chats off, but I think that it does a disservice to students, because what if you actually do have a question? And the reason why teachers may turn them off is because kids will chat with each other during the lesson. But here's the issue for the kids. The teachers can see all the chats that are going on. Like I can see if Carter is trying to pass a chat or whatever to the student, another student that's on hybrid B. And that would be a time where I would say, okay, Carter, that's a warning. Next time you'll lose chatting privileges, where I would turn off the chat option. And I do not want to do that. None of the teachers want to do that, because we want to know input. This is how we can get involved with you and help you out. So that is your Google Classroom, or just a real quick, simple, to the point Google Meet introduction. Now, to leave your Google Meet, I'm just going to exit out here. All you have to do is leave the call. So after everything is good, we're all fine, we're good, I'm just going to, and I say, okay, class dismissed. If you have any more questions, just stay on the line. I'll be with you. If not, good afternoon. So I'll just click leave call and go to home screen. But let's say you accidentally, or the dog walk across your keyboard and hit the button again, and you need to rejoin real quick, you can do that. Or you can always go back to the Google Classroom and hit the link again. Okay, so we have went through the process of getting back on, or getting onto Google Meet, and I think that should be about it. So regardless of the class that the student has, when they get on, you have Google Meet that's already here. Okay, so they'll just log on, get to the particular class, and then from that class, click on the Google Meet and wait. Let's say they get on the Google Meet and the teacher's still prepping, they're getting ready. Open a tab, and when I say a tab, I'm just gonna go back here. Let me tell you the difference. A tab is just this right here. Okay, you would click there, and you can go to Myon, the kids can, or you can even do, like, for multiplication, just to do this. What do we do? Go to Fact Monster, and 5th grade, we have a link in there, and we have multiplication facts. So, like, we would do something like this: multiplication, level 1. And this is something you could do while you're waiting on us to get started. So this could be like your bill work. That's an option. But it's really important that you pay attention to the start times of the Google Meet classes, because per board policy, we are taking attendance during the Google Meet, and the kids have like a 5-minute window to log on. If they're not on within that 5-minute window, they will be counted absent. But let's say they come in like late, then we'll count them tardy. So it's actual attendance like it would be at school. We're trying to make this as easy and as not technical as possible. And if you run into any problems, please do not hesitate to contact the teacher. If you have a problem, we need to know about it so we can take care of it. And if you have a good reason to where you can't watch the live lesson, contact your teacher, because if we know that, let's say mom works and the kids are staying somewhere that doesn't have internet access during the day and they're at home at night and you do the work with them, we understand that, and that's something that you can't control or anything else. We'll work it out. Contact us. We will do anything to work it out to make it to where it's going to be as easy and not stressful as possible. So, because we don't want this to be stressful for anybody. Okay? So if we have issues, please contact your teacher, because that's the only way we know to help. If you don't contact us, we don't know what's going on. And it's important that you do that. So I'm going to try to get off this Screencastify, because usually it takes me a minute. It did it. Well, anyway, have a good afternoon, and we're looking forward to seeing you back in the school building. Bye.